Hey gamers, Maniac here with GameAccess.net with the unboxing I promised you last week. Yes, this is the third week of major game releases, just 2 months of major game releases. And this week, Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. This game was first announced in 2009 at the Microsoft E3 press conference. It was announced by Hideo Kojima himself. I believe it was the first time he ever appeared at the Microsoft press conference. It was originally titled Metal Gear Solid Rising, and it was supposed to be developed by Konami themselves, or the Kojima team at Konami, using the revolutionary Fox engine. Some time progressed, and we hadn't seen or heard anything from the game. We heard something about it next year. We finally saw some of the technology where they said they were going to be able to cut everything. And then after that, the game went dark, and we hadn't heard anything about it. Well, about maybe a year and a half later, we finally heard from it again at the Spike VGA Awards. I believe it was VGA 2011. And Kojima himself announced that Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance was coming from Platinum Games, using their own proprietary technology. They were going to use the Fox engine, but they decided to do something else, to use their own technology. And Konami really liked that. They must have really liked what they were working on and thought it was very good. So the timeline got moved up. The game was originally supposed to take place between Metal Gear Solid 2 and Metal Gear Solid 4. Metal Gear Solid 3 was a prequel to MGS1, so that's not part of the... It doesn't go 2, 3, 4. It goes 3, 1, 2, 4, basically. It has since been pushed back, and now it is a sequel to Metal Gear Solid 4. It is also using its own proprietary engine. It's available on the PS3 and the Xbox 360. The version that you have behind me is the limited collector's edition. It is $150 US. If you buy it at GameStop, I got this really nice collector's art book with it. This was artwork done by Yoji Shinkwa, and you just know that whenever Yoji Shinkwa's art is included with something, you know, and his art is included, you just really want whatever his art is in, because he is a fantastic artist. A lot of the original concepts and stuff like that that Platinum teams used were all based upon a lot of the Yoji Shinkwa artwork. There is a demo available on the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3 that you can download through either the PlayStation Store or the Xbox Live Marketplace. Other things about it, the game uses a revolutionary system where you were able to cut at will. In fact, when I picked it up at GameStop, the guy said, have fun cutting all you want. The last thing is that if you did get it at GameStop, they offered the special DLC, the Gray Fox armor. The Gray Fox's armor was the armor that was in Metal Gear Solid 1. I believe they adapted the Metal Gear Solid 2 appearance of it of the armor, I believe, for the purposes of this. Gray Fox, of course, was the cyborg ninja in Metal Gear Solid 1, formerly Frank Yeager, brought back and given a powered exoskeleton, and this in Metal Gear Solid 2 really inspires Raiden, and by the time we see him in Metal Gear Solid 4, he's kind of adapted the whole exoskeleton and everything else. And in Metal Gear Rising, he's only going to just be making himself better. So you'll be able to get for free the Gray Fox armor. International users, I believe, just get it as part of the system. I believe it's just included with the game. It's not DLC. There is other DLC available. Guys on Amazon will get the Inferno armor, which is red. Guys at Best Buy will get a white armor. I can't remember what it was called, but it allows for better, for more, how do I put this, more health packs and stuff like that. So now that we got all that out of the way, what do you say we crack this thing open? And let me tell you something. I got something really special that I got to show you at the end of this. So what do you say we take a look inside here and see if it's worth $150? So here it is. This is the Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance Collector's Edition. It's the front of it. it's pretty big. I mean, here, I got something, I can give you a little bit of scale. This is a poster. I don't know how big this poster is, but as you can see, it's, yeah. And I'll show that to you guys later. But as you can see, this package is pretty tall. One thing I really liked, and I just noticed this while I was filming it, you can see that this is the original Raiden appearance from Metal Gear Solid 2. You can see his kind of reflection is etched into the blade, and as you can see, this is his new appearance, of course. And I believe right here is his appearance from Metal Gear 4. The cover wraps around and continues to wrap around to this area where you can see a listing of like what's included. And as you can see here, includes the high frequency plasma lamp, which is that over there. Steelbook collector's case, Metal Gear Rising Revengeance soundtrack, which I'm really looking forward to, and a copy of the game. This game has a cool licensed soundtrack, which I haven't heard yet, but I heard bits and pieces of it from the demo, and I'm really looking forward to hearing the rest of it. And that right there, that looks like Sam, the main antagonist of the game. This looks like Raiden's other appearance. I don't believe that there's any DLC included with this particular version of the game. All DLC was pretty much done as a giveaway with promotional partners and stuff like that. So you'll definitely be able to find DLC. In fact, as far as I know, there was day one DLC release for this. Konami did an MGS4, or is doing an MGS4 appearance Raiden as DLC for like $2 off the PlayStation Network or Xbox Live Marketplace. So that's the box, and it's one heck of a nice one. And one thing I liked was they included this handle on top. Okay, let's cut this thing open, see what happens. There are two tabs here. Let's see if we can get these off without damaging the box itself. The box seems to be pretty glossy, so it doesn't look like, yeah, these things aren't affecting it. There's one. And here's the second one right here. As I said, guys, I am a long time Metal Gear Solid fan. I got an original PlayStation just so I could play the original Metal Gear Solid. Even though, like I said, it eventually would come out to PC. But okay, this I'm gonna have to turn slightly. Looks like I'm gonna have to turn it. Oh wow! And this is it. This is it. And here's the game. And the steelbook. It's a really nice steelbook too. This is the steelbook. I believe the soundtrack is inside. If it is, I'd be very happy with that. This is a really cool looking steelbook. Okay, there's nothing in the steelbook. The steelbook is empty. That's odd. Since the steelbook is empty, I'm going to open this up really fast and see if the soundtrack may be in here. If the soundtrack disc was not included in here, I'm going to have to go digging through this thing, because I was promised a soundtrack and I really want it. I said the steelbook is really nice. It looked like there were two spots for discs, but yeah, there it is. Okay, so it is included. And there's the soundtrack. Okay. Made a small mistake there. The soundtrack isn't in the steelbook. The steelbook is empty. I guess they might have decided that steelbooks are annoying. if I may say, heartily agree with them. I do not like steelbooks. Not because they don't look nice, but those things can easily damage discs. I am very happy that they gave me a very nice... I mean, look at this. This is fantastic. They put it in a nice jewel case. They packaged it right. I'm really happy about this. So basically, we get collectors get the best of both worlds. We get both a regular looking version of the game, included, totally wrapped, as well as an also very nice steelbook, which is empty. There's no disc in here, but you can choose to put the discs in here if you will. I have no problem with that whatsoever. That's very nice, and bravo Konami for doing that. I guess maybe, you know, for 150 bucks they decided, you know what, might as well do that. I have seen plenty of collector's editions not do that, and instead, if they included a soundtrack, only release it as DLC and keep it hosted on a very, very poorly maintained site. So, bravo Konami for including a CD. I appreciate it. Okay, now you all know what we're here to see. I all know what I'm here to see. Let's take a look at the big main event. We're going to take a look at Raiden's sword. Oh, this is the whole thing. Okay, so this is in about a couple different languages, but for my English-speaking friends, here's the English page on how it works. And that's what it's supposed to look like. Okay, and it's in a separate box entirely. And this is the box right here. It is included with. Let's put this away for just a second. This appears to slide right off. Okay, we got a piece of tape up here. Cut. This is really nicely packed. I gotta give Konami credit. This is very, 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 very nicely packed. And I don't know how they want me to lift this thing up. Is there a way, maybe turn it upside down? Maybe? As long as I don't drop it or break it. Here we go. I'm trying not to apply too much pressure to the bulb for many, many reasons. I don't want to shatter the bulb or anything along those lines. In fact, it does specifically say in the emergency warnings, do not use this if the bulb does appear to be shattered. Also, it says do not use this if the... that's it. Now it does look like there's a plastic film on this. I'm going to try to remove before turning this thing on for safety reasons. After that I'll put the bag back on it. For those of you who have plasma lamps or other types of stuff, it's probably packed in the same way. I do not know how I'm going to remove this without using some other type of cutting implement. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to do this really quickly, and I'm going to strip this off, and I'll fast forward ahead to what it looks like with this off, and we'll fire it up, shall we? Okay, well, I got it off right here, and never in my entire life have I seen something with so many warning labels and everything else. This is the AC adapter, I believe. We're going to crack this thing open, because the AC adapter is not plugged in, it's separate. So the way it works is that there's a switch on the back, and this is the AC adapter, you can see right here. So we're going to plug this into the back of the unit, remove this twist tie, right here underneath the power switch. Now we're going to plug this thing in, and we'll see just how it looks. Okay, it's plugged in. This is Mr. Lightning Bolt's sword. Let's fire it up and see how well it works. Well, that's kind of cool. It glows. I don't see any sparks. Oh, the front panel glows too. That's pretty cool. Alright, there's a different setting here. Let's try this one. Whoa. That's awesome. Is it worth the $150? I have no idea, but let me tell you something. It's dangerous as hell. I know because I've seen it. Let's see if I can touch it. Yeah, it's definitely reacting to me. I wasn't even making contact with it. So this is what we're going to be carrying around in Metal Gear Rising. That is awesome. Well, I got Raiden's sword. There's something else I wanted to show you guys that I picked up today. Now, I got an email about this about a week ago, and as I'm sure you guys saw announced on my website yesterday, Bungie announced their next game. And with that announcement came an awesome Viadoc, not a trailer, but a Viadoc, which is pretty cool. And the announcement that anybody that pre-orders the game through GameStop will get one of these. Now, I was told it's a reversible poster of the game, for the game. Now, I was told, from the thing, I expected not to get this until next year if I pre-ordered for Destiny. But apparently they are taking pre-orders for the Xbox 360 and the PS3 version of the game. It's not coming till next year at least. It's definitely not coming this year. But for those of you who may be interested in it, the GameStop stores are literally giving these out to the first 25 pre-orders that they get in each individual store. They have them literally right now as you're watching this. So if you're interested in picking up Destiny, based upon the information that I've posted or that they've been posting up and that is coming, definitely give the game a look. They're taking pre-orders for the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3 version. There has been no official announcement that any other versions are coming, although some intrepid people online have claimed that they have talked about the possibility of the game coming towards the PC, the PS4, the Xbox 720, the PS Vita. I've seen all kinds of different speculations online. But for right now, they're only taking like regular $60 edition of the game. $5 down, you get the poster. So, I thought that was kind of cool. And isn't this thing cool? Hands down, I gotta say, this is probably one of the coolest things that I've seen actually packaged. And I gotta admit to everybody who was watching this, this is very well packaged. This is extremely well done. I've seen badly designed packaging ruin a game or ruin a case before. this was very well packaged. Also, Aliens Colonial Marines was also well packaged, but I'm not going to go here nor there about that game. I'm just talking about the Collector's Edition. But for the Collector's Edition alone, does this merit the $150 price tag? Just look at that! Most games come with statues and they charge you an $80 premium for it. This thing is awesome. I mean, look at it. Hold on. I think it's pretty awesome. Now, if you got it from GameStop, like I said, they'll have download codes. Those codes may not be active as the time of this video being posted up. Konami, they told me that Konami was having a problem. For some odd reason, the codes weren't active yet, but they should be active sometime later tonight or certainly by tomorrow. That's just something that happens, I guess. It's a mistake. It happens every once in a while. So the codes are not invalid. They're just not active yet. They're still encrypting the data and putting it online and everything else. So give it a couple of hours. They might have it up by tonight. For those of you trying to download the Inferno Armor or the Grey Fox Armor or something along those lines, my recommendation is just to wait. Don't buy the content separately. Wait for those codes. Those codes will start working eventually. So until next time, guys, cut it will. This is Maniac with GameAccess.net. Over and out. Oh yeah, I'm gonna cut it, Bill.